Alright, so I had a bit of a roadblock. Got these airflow merge collectors for the first time. They're actually quite a nice item. The only problem is that one's got a burr on it. This one doesn't have a burr on it. So this is their own bends, and they actually don't fit inside. They actually overlap, which is a fucking huge blunder on their part. So now Barry's had to make a tool so we can actually press in there and open them up so we can fit their own bends in. So I've had to get rid of my jig merge collector out there so we can press it, so we have to set that up again, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But yeah, been a slow day. Hopefully later on today and tomorrow it was way better. Just been out for lunch for Andre's birthday. What a good treat that was. Back into it. James is just mounting the radiator onto the intercooler. James, the old fabricators, machining us up some bosses and stuff at the moment. They're good sort, so we can mount it. We had a bit of an issue with the carrier not delivering the tube that we ordered last week. So one of our good friends, Ashley's actually picked it up from Cromwell for us, so keep us going. So got number 1 and number 3 running on this side, all welded up, about to weld up number 2. And then hopefully when the rest of the bends turn up, we'll get number 4 done. And then on the other side, I've made a start with what bends I had. Should try to get it through. Barry ended up having to press this merge collector again because didn't quite accept the tube again. So just good to go now. Bit of a piss poor result, I guess, from a product that was supposed to work, but yeah. Anyway, get that on the big jobs, I guess. So yeah, kind of brought their workshop out into the middle of the shop, so we can kind of not walk so far. But
well, that was loud.
Pretty serious bit of kit. Hydraulic bump stops in the back. Big ass diff. It's going to be a pretty epic truck once it's all done. They got the Land Rover Brembros on the front of it. Barry's made his own brackets and stuff to mount in there. Not much room. Slight bit of overkill, but it is nothing that we haven't seen with these guys before. Set up the Bosch Motorsport ABS and stuff on it as well. So Barry's doing the brake lines and stuff at the moment. But yeah, fuck, it is cold down here. Jesus. Alright, day 1 done. Had a few issues today with a few things, like the merge collector's not actually accepting tube. So that kind of threw a few hours down the drain today. James made pretty good progress on the radiator. After we sorted the merge, well, Barry sorted the merge collector issue, he made this little die so we could press it in there and free them open a little bit more, which is quite good. So we've actually got number 1 runner finished, merge collectors tacked in there. So I've fully welded that. I'm going to make the joiner to that tomorrow, so that's all one piece. Then we're just going to test it coming in and out so we can make sure that it's going to come out of the car with the motor in place with the strut tower. But that'll be a tomorrow issue. Pretty much got the second one there. And then the third one is going to probably come out a little bit more for a little bit of straight and like so. But yeah, we'll play around with it again tomorrow. Feel a bit better about getting this done and ready for tomorrow though. The old Miller Dynasty is a fucking nice little welder, I must say. I didn't even bother hooking that one up. And then, yeah, James got the little radiator. Still got some tubular end tanks. So he's been busy making his notches and stuff like that. Obviously come off the side of the radiator. So it's going to sit sandwiched against the intercooler that we made. And then obviously lower feed and upper feed up there. But yeah, another problem for tomorrow. What's going on in here?
tempting to.
Yeah.
Give us a show, Barry. You look good behind that side of the desk, eh? Morning, guys. Friday morning. It's actually a public holiday here today, so I think only Barry's going to come in today and work on his car. Just thought I'd take the opportunity. I don't know if you can see on the mountain there, that's the ski field. It's Coronet Peak, so I think we're going to go up there tonight. Actually, just started doing the old night skiing, so me and James are going to go up there. James never skied before, so give it a go. See how he gets on. Hope he doesn't break a leg before I go to Fiji next week. So yeah, what's your plan of attack today, Jimmy? Little plan of attack.
Get this finished.
Yeah, it's looking good though. James from is it Barton Machine Works? Yeah, he machined these up for us. Done an absolute stunning job. Very talented individual. James is actually the guy that rewrote the HPA welding course after the ETS split or whatever it was called. So James rewrote most of that course that you see today, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'll keep trying to progress everything, but it's kind of hard to pick this thing up once you're on the zone of getting shit done, I guess. But I think plan of attack, I'll pull these off. I'm just going to tack weld the bottom bit onto this, so it's ready for James to weld. While I start on this side, I've done the one runner. I'm going to start number 2 and number 3 and see how I get on. Definitely can't keep it the same as the other side, obviously, because of steering. It's a lot more tighter. So obviously trying to have the first run a slingshot straight down. So I've kept it within a finger gap underneath the rubber, and these ones just come over and out. It's going to be a bit tricky doing these last 2 ones, I think. This one is already getting at me a little bit. I think it was, yeah, something like that. So it drops it down fast, but still away from all the steering components. And then this one is going to come over and out, back up in, and that one into there. But as you all know, things can happen very fast, so I might have to change it. But yeah, just have a bit of a clean up in the morning, this morning, and then get into it. Alright, so it's about lunchtime. Bit of a ball wake with these headers on this side due to the steering. So pretty much did 3 runners and pulled it all apart and started from scratch because I needed to try to suck this in a lot more, so I had room to fit these out. So this one's just sitting there as a mock-up to try to figure out, but it's pretty much going to follow that around and into there. So I'm a lot more happy with everything now, got a lot more room. And then this one will come out over the top and back in, and that one will come out and back into there, something like that. I wish we had a little bit more time up our sleeves. We probably would have done it out of Kinnick's first, but just got to get it done with the time we had. But yeah, really happy now with the fitment. Obviously got to modify that a little bit more, but yeah, just get into it and get the rest of it done, eh? Oh, and while I'm at it, James has been mounting this beautiful fuel tank that James from Barton Machine Works made up for the boys. So it's all internally baffled and everything. I think Barry drew it up on CAD and James welded it up. He's done a wicked job, so we've just got the joy of mounting it. So James made a little bracket there at the front. He's just folding up a bracket for the back, so we can get it in there. Maybe make some straps for it. I'm not too sure. We'll just get it in there, and then Barry can let us know how he wants to proceed from there. But yeah, looks really good in there. He's done a wicked job. Best thing about jobs like this is, like, I guess we're working with like-minded people. It's really cool. We all challenge each other, and everyone is so good in their trade, I guess. I guess when me and James are just working on people's cars, we kind of just dealing with each other. We don't really deal with the customer too much about how we're going to do it. But the jobs like these, we work real closely with these boys. They're all so talented at what they do, and it's real good because we all I guess, thrive off each other. We're all just little brainstorming in the morning how we all want to do it. Everything just flows together so nicely. It's so good. Sure. Alright, so Saturday, it's nearly 7 o'clock. We're just calling it for the day. A few things ticked off the list, some not. We sent a little bit too hard last night, so it's been a bit of a long day today, to be honest. So I got both these runners on this side welded up and shaped. Started about half of that one. And pretty much come up with a conclusion. The only one that we can run, this rear one, is really to come over the top. So talked to Barry and he said, give me the go ahead, we're just going to go over and then back out. So look pretty good still, but be pretty even to the rest of them as well. And then James made real good progress on the radiator. It's pretty much all done. I think it is all done, isn't it, James? Ah, fuck, it is all done, sorry. So that's in there now, with the intercooler that he made a couple of years back. So yeah, PWR race core. Sorry, I can't remember if it's a single extrusion or not. I've got about 10 radiators from PWR at work at the moment, so it's hard to keep track of what was what again. But it's the Don Mega race core designed for this little setup. So running actual Wiggins clamps. So Barry's going to make up new lines for both of them. He's going to make a new tank as well. But yeah, that's back in there, which is really, really good. And then, oh, where's the lights in here? James has made a little bit of a welding jig. Obviously to a purge plate, so that when we weld these don't move and distort, otherwise they'll leak like shit when they go to start up. So you welded on the V-band. So pretty much the weld there, weld the two runners. This inside one here we can't weld yet until I get that one in there, because we might have to pull this out slightly just to be able to get the tube in and out. So can only weld these two, but that makes it safe to transport back to Christchurch to finish this last runner, which is pretty good. So we can transport it like this, it's not going to move. And then the other one I'm hoping to get pretty much all welded up here, if all going well. So go home now, get some sleep, early night I think, and then back to it early tomorrow so we can get home to our families. Alright, day done, Sunday. We're just packing up now to head back. Didn't quite get as much done as we had first hoped for, but still got quite a bit done. So obviously the radiator that I showed you before is all in there done. Ready for them to make the lines, and I think the first endurance race is end of next month. So like 28 days. And then this set of headers, got the three runners done. James welded the two front ones, top and bottom. That one's not welded, just for the mere fact if I have to take it out to be able to get that one in. So it's just one runner, weld up the two runners to the flange and the merge, and then that's done. And then this one, I was just chasing my ends tail, run out of the big long radius bends with the big dog legs, so wasn't really digging how many welds are on this one. So these two runners are actually going to come out and over them and back in, so we're going to get some more 180s. So we've got that more seamless look when you look at it from above. But yeah, pretty happy with what we managed to do in the time we were here for. Had quite a few little issues along the way, getting things to fit and modifying things so we could do our job, but it's all part of it, eh? So yeah, just head back now. I'm actually away next week for work, for a holiday, and then probably come back down the following week or the week after that, and we'll finish the headers off and the exhaust Probably got about 3 or 4 days worth of work, I'd say, to get the rest of it all done. The 2 headers, the 2 runners, and then the whole exhaust, mounting it and everything. Just a bit of work, trying to get everything through. I think we actually missed this one out on the last one as well. Thought I'd show you guys the racing sim. See what Andre's progressed pretty well with his driving recently, because this thing is a beast. So it's VR setup. Definitely made me a bit dizzy after playing it. We only managed to have the time to do it once, but if we can get back in next time, we can have another jam on it. And, yeah. What do you reckon, Jimmy? Bit of work. This thing's going to be a beast once it's done. And then, yeah, so Barry actually, this is actually full fiberglass that Barry's made a mould for himself. It's like a 5-piece mould, which is really cool. Pretty much all self-taught as well, which is really cool. So he's doing this to their little Honda at the moment. So he's notched out a section of the bumper and brought it in, and then he grafted this fiberglass to mould it all in, and then so he's going to actually make a fiberglass mould of this whole front bumper. So it's all going to be one piece, remove it as one piece. Then the goal is to have it about 400 horse and 600 kgs. So it should be an absolute animal once it's all done. But yeah, you can see what he's done. He's actually extended the Honda Civic front bumper in the centre there and brought it out to suit the fenders. So it's actually Honda and Honda, which is quite cool. Old Auntie Cindy getting in there as well, eh? Yeah, should be a pretty sweet little thing once the boys are all finished. Andre's car, Andre and Ben's GT86. So these are the wing stays that Gary actually designed up in CAD. It's quite the wizard on CAD now, which is quite cool. And then Ben around at Goodman's actually machined them up for them. Super wicked way how they've mounted it. Like, it is absolutely solid. Like, there is no giving it at all. It's super good. It's awesome to see the progression of this car in the last few years, eh? Oop. Mojet dash, fire suppression system button in the middle, big red button, catch on fire, press me. And then yeah, the mighty ESR that could. Rude not to stop past Lake Tekabo on the way. We live in a beautiful country.